Okay, so how do we find the student with the top grade? Again, it will almost look similar to this, the average. So let's first of all define uh, top student, top student name. Okay, and let's go down. First, we need to open it, the file for reading. So we do that. Good. Now we will run a while true where we read this tree and we check also it's not empty. That's also important for us. So we are saying now we open, while true, we read the ID, the name, and the grade, which are the ID, the name, and the grade. Okay, we need these 3 lines, and then we check if they are not null. Now what we care about is to know who, if what we read is the top student or not. So in our application, before we go into the while loop, and by the way, this is also has to come a bit to the left. That's correct. Okay. Now here we need to say top name. Okay. Uh, the top name is nothing, and then we will say top, or maybe max grade is 0. Okay, so beginning we'll start with the top name being nothing and the max grade being 0. Okay, now here we can check if, okay, the float of the grade we read is greater than the max grade. Okay, then we need to update 2 things, right? They don't care about the ID, they care about the name and the grade. Only they actually ask us for the name, nothing else. So no problem, we can now say first of all update this max grade to be this grade. Okay, so max grade equals to this grade, and we also need to capture this name as the top name. Okay, so we'll say top name equals to this name. Basically what's happening is that in the beginning we say um, 0. Okay, so grade is 0, we compare 0 with the first number, which is 98, then the top name becomes Abdullah and the max grade becomes 98. Then it goes down and checks Muhammad. Muhammad has even bigger grade, so he will make the top name Muhammad and the grade 99. Then he goes down, then Josh has even a better grade, which is 100, so he will make the top name Josh and the grade 100. So the number that will be returned, the name that should be returned should be Josh. Okay, so that's exactly what we are doing here. Of course, this means if our file has data, still has data, then we check the second if statement, and we keep doing this until we finish all the file, and this happens, this break, and we go out. Okay, so at the outside of this loop, once we go out here, as you can see, we are now out of this loop, we can say print. Okay, or you can just return the top name. So return top name. Okay, and now we can use this method in our main. Okay, in our main, choice number 4 says top. Okay, the top, the student with the highest score is, and you could put equal sign, comma, and call that method. Now this method is returning a name, so it will just put the name there. Okay, so let's run it. Now we can rerun this code, and we can check first of all number 2. Undo. Number 2 here, we have these 3 students. So if we go to display the top student, name of the top student is number 4, and the name of the top student, the student with the highest score is Josh. And there you go. It is now, it is working, okay? Maybe I think putting a new line in each of this will be nice so they can have their own place. Alright, so that is basically how you solve the student with the top score. What did we do? We created top name, max grade. We loop through forever, like while true. We read the 3. We check if it is not, they are not empty. We convert this to float and we compare against the number that we had, which is 0. If it's greater than, now the new number becomes the maximum number and the top name becomes the name of that student. We continue doing this. Once we finish, the loop becomes false when we reach the last line, because these guys will become null, and then we go out. Okay. Once we go out, we can return that name, and choice number 4 says the student with the highest score is. It calls that method, displays the highest score. Alright, in the next one we will solve the searching a student by ID. Thank you.